actually been a couple weeks since I forged anything because of the heat. I did have some stock removal projects, but I'm going to go ahead and suffer a little bit of heat today because I just feel like forging. And I'm going to take this piece of stock, it's about 1 1/4 by 1/4 inch thick, and I'm going to try to make a big spoon. So I don't know why I'm going to make a big spoon, I just want to make a big spoon. So we're going to make a spoon. So I got all the paint burned off of this. It was a painted leaf spring off of an Amish buggy, and I got everything set up and warm. So now it's just a matter of getting to it. I'll bring you over here and we'll get started. I try and talk loud, I got the fan going, but I'm going to start with knocking these corners down. I could grind them off, but I really want to save that material. Make the bowl of the spoon as big as possible. Kind of why I opted to leave that material on there. Alright, so it took a couple of 3 heats to get to where I'm at right now. You speak up to that fan I got running. So I'm just kind of rounding the end up. It's kind of slow forging because you really can't get a good hard hit on it. It's going to be good enough for now. Now I'm going to come back and isolate an area where the spoon bowl is going to stop, and we're going to go into the handle. Using my guillotine tool. Probably too much. I think I'll try about right there. Alright, so I got the isolation started, but far from done. So I'll come in right behind it. Start establishing my taper. Alright, so I'll take one more heat with the guillotine. And I got my taper started. I think that's about all that's got. So. Back on this taper, we're going to spin it down, stretch it out, thin it as well. Alright, so I get up on this horn. Use that to make faster work of it. Alright guys, I'm just going to knock this off. I'll finish this video up another day. It's with the forge on, it's pushing 110 degrees, and yeah, I'm just not all about that. I tried, we'll finish something up. When it cools down a little bit, it's just way too hot. Alright, so it's 2 weeks later, and I'm back out here trying to finish up the spoon I started. before the heat wave came. We had 2 straight weeks of high 90s and 100-degree days. It is entirely way too hot to be out here with this thing running the forge. But I did get the handle stretched out before I turned the camera on. So we're going to get on and finish up the spoon. We're going to cut some of this material off. I'm going to make a little eyelet or a hook to hang the spoon up. And then we'll also get to shaping the bowl, so the bowl of the spoon. So we'll go ahead and bring you over to the forge, and I'll get back to work and we'll finish this thing up. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, somewhere around here ought to be fine. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put a taper on here. And then a set down on the side, and yeah, we'll make our little cookie thing. Alright, so I figured I'd just take a moment here, show off my new placard that my father made me, the Leather Mule. So it's got my MMP, Metal Man Productions. It's got his little mark, maker's mark. It's a donkey. He's a leather mule. And there's another mule pulling a cart. So yeah, nice little anvil placard, hanging that on there. So when you see my videos, you know it's authentic. So thanks a lot, Dad. I appreciate it. So I decided to go ahead and thin this down a little bit more. Using the edge of the anvil, hitting half on and half off with the hammer. I also got a straight peen that I use. You can also use the horn. Right now I just feel like using the edge of the anvil. Alright. A little bit of cleanup work on the handle before I get into the bowl. I think I'm ready to start shaping this bowl. So I'm going to start off using my rounding hammer to kind of spread it in all directions. Alright, so I'm going to start whacking this with the rounding hammer. At my third heat. exactly sure what heat I'm on. Maybe my 10th on this bowl. Try and get it as thin as I can. Try a heavier hammer. Go ahead and give everything a final cleanup. Be easier to do while everything's flat. I'm going to flip it around. Alright, I'm going to do a set down. It's going to be the hook. Alright, so I'm going to try to use a piece of wood. Get my bowl shape. Smoke it. Phew. Stump would be a better way of doing this, but I don't have a stump right now. If I do, I just outside and it's raining, I don't want to go get it. So I will just fight through this bouncing board. And we'll get it. Alright, so I got a little bit of concave in the handle. Kind of gives it a nice look. instead of just being flat, get a concave in it. And it's kind of doing some plenishing too while I'm doing it. Alright, so between scenes I was doing a bunch of plenishing. Just kind of cleaning everything up. Get a mark on here. I'm just going to do some final shaping on the spoon bowl here. I was over at the grinder. I cleaned up the edges. Got them all nice and straight. Kind of got all the lumps out. So now we're just kind of just redefine, just kind of, I guess, pretty much just plenishing. Trying to get a nice smooth shape inside the bowl. And I think I'm about there. So I'll probably knock the video off here. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up, and we'll talk about it, and we'll get a final look at it. So stay tuned. All right, so here it is after the forging. A little bit of belt sander cleanup around the spoon bowl. I power brushed it on the wire wheel, and yep, I'm gonna call this one done. I'm not gonna do anything to it. I'm not gonna oil it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'll probably put some mineral oil on it, just for storage, but that's probably about all I'm going to do to it. I'm not going to treat it. I'm going to leave it in the silver finish and just kind of keep a light coat of mineral oil on it. But fun little project, turning an old piece of leaf spring into this nice big giant serving spoon. Had a lot of thinning to do, so something like this would lend itself well to a cutout blank. Start off with that first. But yep, I used what I had, and I just felt like hammering. It's been been a few weeks since I actually forged anything because of the heat. So yeah, we powered through it. It's still a little warm, but you know, what are you gonna do? Wham wham. So we wrapped it up. We got it done, and just gonna show it off. I will be listing this on my store, of course. So if you're interested in a big giant spring steel serving spoon that you could probably dig a trench with if you didn't have any beans to scoop out, yep, it'll probably be on my on my Etsy store. So again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Yeah, it really does help. The like button helps as well, but yeah, it just kind of helps boost. It kind of just helps boost morale. You know, to kind of keep guys like us, you know, pressing on and pushing forward, and you know, presenting content like this. So again, thanks, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.